Howdy, folks, and welcome to a new episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I'm Cody Chalifoux, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. It is Jolie Carpino of the Gymnastics team. Jolie, thanks so much for coming by and spending some time with me.
Of course.
So you guys are getting your season started officially in a month, but about a week from today that we're recording it, you guys have your maroon and gold, which is your little exhibition you guys like to do. How excited are you to kind of get this season started to roll a little bit?
I'm very excited, and I think we're very prepared, more so than ever, so I think it'll go really well.
Yeah, you guys, gymnastics is a fun sport, and I just want to ask you kind of how you got into gymnastics. It's not on TV all the time. Like it's not like a basketball court you can just pick up and play when you're a kid. You have to have a lot of these resources available for you, and obviously lucky enough to have those resources and all the girls on the team. So how did you get into gymnastics, and where did that love for the sport kind of start?
I honestly started when I was super little, just classes.
Right. And
then when I was 8 years old, I was asked to be on team, which is super late. Normally, you start on team at like 3 or 4, or even 5. But ever since then, I really fell in love and started to take it really seriously. And then college was the goal from there.
Right, and college, you're here around college. Last year was your first like real true season, getting a lot of run. And so why Rhode Island College, first of all? Why was this the destination you decided to pick?
So D3 was really the only option for me. And I visited a few schools, but this one really just stood out. I like the campus. I love the coach, Monica. She's great.
No, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. And the team was great, and everybody was just welcoming, and I pretty much just fell in love on my visit. So
right, and last year you're doing mainly vault and bars last year, and vault was your best routine last year. And is that going to be much the same? Are we expecting a lot of big vault scores for you this year again?
Yeah, so I'm actually coming off of an injury.
Right.
I got my meniscus repaired back in March, so I'm slowly getting back into vault. Right now, for me, it's mainly bars and beam, but I'm definitely planning on making a big vault comeback.
Awesome, yeah. And you have a new coach this year, Coach Hayes. I know last year Coach Allie was around, and Monica's been here for a few years. So how has it been getting to know Coach Hayes and his philosophies that he's brought to the team over the first few weeks of you guys really getting into stuff?
Yeah, Jim has been great. He's mainly our bars and vault coach, and he fits into the team really well. And we work really well with him, and he's been a huge help. And I think he's really going to help our team this season. That's
awesome. Last year, you guys were able to pick up your first win in about 4 years, talking to Coach Marsalis Nasty last year. That was an awesome time to be at. And what are the expectations for this year? You guys had a few All-Americans, and you've had a few, what is the team expectations, and what are some of your personal goals that you're trying to set for yourself this year?
So every year, the team seems to get a little bit better, and based off of last year, the season's gonna definitely be a lot better. So I'm really excited to see where it's gonna take us. As for my personal goals, I'm planning on scoring a little bit higher on bars, getting back into vault, and I'm hoping for the team to go to nationals too. That's a big goal.
It'd be fun. No, last year was my first experience with gymnastics, and I did awesome. I love it. I thought
it's a really fun sport.
It's so fun. I'm a big music guy, and obviously the music's pretty big, especially in the floor routines. And so I love listening to music, and also I can't do none of that stuff.
Yeah,
I can barely touch my toes, let alone do all this stuff. And that brings me to the next question. You guys put yourself through a lot physically. I mean, you're jumping, spinning, twirling, bending all the time. So usually we ask the athletes how do you keep your body in shape out of the season, but how do you guys manage your body during the season? I think that's one of those things that people don't really think about, but you guys have to do a lot of managing during the season. Make sure you're ready for these meets and these competitions.
Definitely. Well, our trainers help a lot. We go in pretty much every day super early for treatment. You just really have to stay on top of it and keep your body in check and be smart too and communicate with your coaches. So if you're hurting, you got to tell Monica.
Right.
And just being honest too is a big part of it.
That's awesome. I know how hard it can be as a former athlete myself, and you're feeling a little banged up. You just want to keep going, but also having that wherewithal to be like, I need to be at 100% to really be helping. And so it's a hard thing to learn, and glad you guys learn your bodies really well and know where your limits are. You yourself, you're a psychology major, I believe.
Yes.
And so what's the plan for afterwards? I know I was telling you stay in school as long as you can right before we got on air, but one of these days, the big girl shoes are going to come on. So where's the psychology degree kind of trying to take you?
So I'm not fully decided on what I want to do. My minor is behavioral neuroscience, and right now my plan is to a sports psychologist.
Sports psychology is where you're going?
Yeah, and awesome. I'm planning on specializing in gymnastics because it's a big mental game too.
I imagine.
Yeah, and a lot goes into it, and I have helped a lot of my friends with mental blocks and all that, so I think I would be pretty good in that field.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you this year. We're looking forward to see what comes to you after all this is done. But before we let you go, we like to play a game here on RIC Athletics.
Oh, fun.
It's a fun game, and like I mentioned, I'm a big music guy. So this game is called Vibe Check.
Okay.
So here's what we're going to do. I love music. I have 7,500 songs on my Spotify.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do is basically here's the plan. Me and you are going on a cross-country road trip, and I put my music on shuffle all the time. I know people like playlists and all this. So I'm going to play I'm going to reshuffle my music and play the first 5 songs for you. I only get to skip it if it's an inappropriate title. This is a family show. I know my boy Tony Renone's over there watching, so I don't want to be upset by cursing for Tony. We have to keep it clean. So are you ready to play the game? So I'll give you the 5, and at the end you tell me first what's your musical preference? What are you like an everything kind of girl, or is there like a...
Yeah, I'm not too picky, but I do like rap.
Do you like rap? Good.
I do.
There's a good amount.
Awesome.
I'll say this. I will say all my female friends, I think, have way better music taste than all my guy friends. So
I would believe it.
So Written in the Stars by nope, that's inappropriate. Dean Martin, On the Street Where You Live. I don't know if you're into swing music, 1950s, 1960s, Frank Sinatra type stuff. But that was the last thing I was listening to.
Okay.
So this is what we're gonna do. First song, Take My Breath by The Weeknd. If you need to hear the song, I can put it to your ear, and you can...
that would be great. I can't think of it.
So that's the first one. Take
My
Breath by The Weeknd. Like, take my breath. I can't sing, so...
That's all right.
All right, here it is. Breathe by Blue Cantrell and Sean Paul.
Okay.
So I'll play that for you a little bit. That's an old school banger.
I do like that one.
Okay,
that's a good one.
So far, that's what we got. Bands Make Her Dance by Juicy J, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz. Okay, you know that one?
I do.
All right, good. Thank God. This is by Dave East, A Boogie with the Hoodie. And I'll play it for you if you need. That's a rap one for you. So that's what we got. I think that's 4 so far. The last one, Paradise by Big Sean. And if you need that, a little help with that one. All right, Jolie. So I'm not going to put any pressure on you. And be brutally honest with me. But I am 6-0. Since I started this game, all 6 of our student athletes that I played it with said, Cody, you're good with the aux. So, Jolie, be brutally honest with me.
I will.
Do I pass the vibe check?
Definitely.
Definitely, guys.
Definitely. I'm a fan.
I can't make it up. Like, literally, I can't make this up. I'm just the coolest guy of all time. And, Jolie, you're the coolest of all time as well. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I've been Cody Chalifoux. Thank you so much for watching that interview. We have more on the way, so make sure to go to goanchorman.com to find any interviews that you might have missed, any interviews in the future. Make sure to go to goanchorman.com as well to look at the varsity schedule and see what games are going on, when they're going on, if you can make it or if you want to watch at home. And again, we thank you so much for supporting RIC Athletics. Go Anchorman.